Hey it's Pinkolol16 here and another blooper of Starman3's. The commentator, well, it's not really a blooper, it's more of a thing. Super Mario Randomness 8, jump in anytime. Remember when the clock was a clone machine? And remember when it was a time machine too? Yeah, that's just completely erased from the continuum, as is most of his stuff. And is now replaced with this, which is now what it's going to be. Since apparently he thought it was so funny, he wanted to just rip it off and put it in his own series. If you don't understand the joke, there was a specific portion in Mario 55321's the Cosmic Crystals series where the characters had to enter a specific level at a very specific time in order to even enter the level. Therefore, if they did not get in at the proper time, they would be constantly purged out and would be told that they are wrong, and, you know, they wouldn't be able to enter the clock. As a sort of metaphorical puzzle in the actual story, this wouldn't be such a problem, but having it as an actual thing, you then start to see the problems. It works as a small joke for a once-off thing, but not for a continuous, and that's the problem. He keeps this for a period of time, too. The very specific time, I believe, was on the 12, so you had to be exactly on the 12. So the reason why they're saying any time is because that's the thing. If they go in any time other than the 12, and that means both hands on the 12. If they go in at any other time aside from 12, like aside from 12 o'clock, they won't get in. But of course, because this is so inconsistent with its previous runs, you wonder how the clock has changed so much. Except other old YouTubers, if that's not a total... That's not, sidestepping the references. Stealing. Repeating recordings and terrible masking. And of course, it's obvious editing quirks because the level would just let you in anyway. LOL, you have no idea of depth perception. I mean, you have a shadow below your feet to tell you where you are. Pro at Super Mario 64, guys. Also, you'll see some really terrible green screen in this video. What? I'm just gonna try again. Also, that voice, by the way, is Mario Star. I told you he was gonna become a prominent thing, and he's gonna become a prominent thing more often. Again, he's misaligned. My goodness, he does not prepare these shots. Apparently the clock also became more lenient in future iterations. It would also allow it if the clock was also, if both hands were also on the 9, 3, and 6 as well. But in this, it's only the 12, as per the original.
Wrong.
Pro green screening, as if this is complete quality. I mean, look, the place is at an angle, and it's like he just flung 5 meters forward. He hits the wall like here, and then he flings like 5 meters forward here. It just looks really off. Oh look, he's got Pong physics. Oh, as if this was totally entertaining in your old videos as well, when it didn't just waste time. I think one will suffice, and punching the wall's not gonna do anything, is it? My goodness, he thinks this is humorous after all the bloopers that have repeated this about 15 billion times. Oh, I'm sorry, did you not listen to him when he said only old YouTubers can pass this trick? Maybe your friends are kinda, I don't know, newer? No consistency. And then you forgot the rest of the words he said. That totally needed to be separated by like 3 seconds. Your... Yeah. And this doesn't sound like Starman3 trying to imitate him, no! Which is just a complete fail. Also, I don't think... I think he might classify as what that might have been, but you know, MM doesn't really care. Because he was just a random. And he was until, like, Moonworld, and that was around the time he began hating it anyway. Oh dear, looks like he would have jumped in at the wrong time. Watch that restraint.
Wrong!
That took some time. Everyone's got Pong physics in this world, guys! Yes! Aren't they all in the room? Actually, that's a good point. Where were they when he just launched out of the clock? I don't know. You literally only appeared once in this whole video. I wonder why Starman3 didn't say that. Oh wait, that is him, not Captain. Why am I thinking that? Because they're all in a hive mind kind of setting. You do it while I vanish off into oblivion because I hate my life. Wait, what? I'm not the same person as everyone else. Then... why are you doing it? Just to prove that to them? Or just so we can please everyone because Simon forgot everybody in all his other videos. Totally not for the same reasons he's forgetting people in this one too. He says cannonball as he stares at the clock and doesn't do anything. Shouldn't you say that as he's running into the clock? This is pro Super Mario 64 playing, guys. I mean, it's not like the shadow is really hard to see. Even as it's flattened, you can still see it. Therefore, you can tell where you are on the screen.
Wrong!
Why do these take like 5 different seconds every single time? Just cut out the silent bits. Everyone's got Pong physics, and everyone's also vanished too. Crimson's the only one in the room. Has his face changed again? See what I mean? The mystery of the ever-changing face. Crimson face 5. Didn't you say before you jumped in that you knew it wasn't gonna let you in? So why are you questioning it now? Oh, wait a minute, you don't even remember your own script line from 2 seconds ago. Because literally, scripting on the spot totally works when you can't even remember the last thing you typed. And again, the same criticism I gave to Starman when he did it applies to Crimson here as well. Wait a minute, it's exactly the same person, so why am I saying 2 different names? What? Hear yourself in the clock. Yeah, he hasn't even been introduced yet properly, and all we get is him in a thing. Oh look, he just suddenly vanished, guys! What's with these all caps thingies? You can bold the text, can't you? Or at least italicize it for emphasis?
One.
And because he was doing it and shouldn't be able to hear his own voice, now Starman does it. This is total consistency. The clock was like 5 different voices and only like one of them comes out all the time. Can't he say wrong to himself and he could make a script line like, oh dear, was that myself? But no, he's too dumb for that sort of thing. Everyone's got Pong physics. Oh, I thought you were gonna say it without giving up. Wait, why am I even asking these questions? Crimson couldn't remember. Wait, no, Starman couldn't remember his own script line from 2 seconds ago. Why should Mario wait, no, Starman remember it too. Oh gee, isn't that what everyone's thinking by now? And isn't that what everyone's completely getting annoyed about by now from? Also, Enzo is...
Mario style, you quit.
Can't you say that about the other 2 as well, since they also rage quit even after saying their script lines that they weren't gonna give up, quote unquote, unquote, unquote? Or is this just your excuse to say everyone should just do it once and then go? Also, I think Enzo also fits in the quota for old YouTuber, since he's fairly... He'd stayed with him for the longest period of time ever. How did you... Are they all just standing outside the door? Like... Okay, if he was talking to everyone, I assumed that that the camera was situated where one of their eyes would be, or where their general point of view is. That they were all behind the camera viewing him at the exact same time. So... I was assuming that he could see them all. Why did Enzo just walk into the door then? Was he just outside sitting, like, snoozing? This shot is too confusing. He's going to, because Starman can't play SM64 in that kind of way. Oh yes, because these repetitions of the one curse and punching the wall is going to totally help the case of the particular character. Oh wait, no, why am I even saying particular character? I should be saying Starman. Starman doesn't know how to play Super Mario 64, guys. Why does his take a long period of time? Oh yes, remember what I said about them repeating this joke often? Yeah, that's what I mean. Even in the most ridiculous of circumstances, whilst everyone else literally had a millisecond before they were told they were wrong. Apparently he has 5 minutes. And you can see on the picture that it's wrong. This isn't wasting time. I'm just gonna fast forward through this bit. I don't know, you're wasting our time. Glitch, aka your terrible video editing and your terrible jokes. How is there a glitch in the world?
Wrong.
And for some reason, that took 5 minutes to do in comparison to everyone else. Why? We have absolutely no idea. Also, watch how these color codes don't even match, because you saw him have white shoes before, right? And now he suddenly has orange one. Yeah, guess who he did this shot after? Oh yes, remember the last person that had Pong physics? Oh yeah. Enzo's CC is not a full color code, therefore his color code is going to overlap with other colors in the list. For example, Mario Star and Enzo here. Mario Star has orange gloves. Enzo has white gloves. The white normal gloves. But because there's no value there, because nobody realizes that is kind of needed in order to keep consistency, Enzo has these orange gloves because Mario Star's value isn't being written over. Basically, here's what happens. When you turn on a Super Mario 64 color code, the color code value, the color values overwrite the ones that are currently there. If there are no values to overwrite the next ones coming, so if you turn a color code on and then you turn another color code on and there are no values to overwrite some of the values, they are going to overlap because there's nothing to rewrite them into existence. Therefore, it'll look like Enzo here has orange gloves instead of, you know, having white gloves, because there's no white value to override the orange one. Whereas in a full one, every single value is overriding another one. So therefore, there's nothing to be concerned about. And the reason why Enzo's shoes are normal is because, again, this was done after Mario Star's. Mario Star has the same shoe value. So Mario Star... So that value isn't being written over. This one and this one are, but none of these are. And that becomes a problem. And Starman has a lot of these because he doesn't really realize that at all. And many didn't. Oh yes, this joke wasn't overused in the Roblox skits. Let's just do it in Super Mario 64 now. Oh, you almost got in, even though you sat in there for like 5 minutes. And apparently he lost intel on how to speak, too. He keeps repeating stupido every 5 seconds. You're the one who dared them to do it any time. Why are you saying they're doing it wrong when you dared them to and you wanted them to fail? While both hands fay up to 12. And somehow, get this, they're going to be able to see him while he's in the level. And the clock has turned this arbitrary. This is totally like the best clock physics ever, okay? Not. Yeah, he says that. See, 3, 6, and 9, like I said. Advertising! Whilst using gameplay footage. Well, I don't know, they can see you for some reason, even though we don't know how they're doing it. It's the same excuse they use for, I'm seeing you whilst you're doing everything in Starman Generations. That's not gonna happen because he can't actually make a movie. Yes, for some completely arbitrary reason that doesn't really work. The reason why it worked in the Cosmic Crystals was because it was a completely different world, therefore completely different logistics and ways of living would happen there. But in the supposed Super Mario 64 world, where the place is supposedly based around Super Mario 64, there is an arbitrary clock lock for reasons beyond comprehension. When in the actual game, that actually doesn't happen. Every time he hit the clock and those things, he just cut out the portion where he actually got inside the level. Meanwhile, with YouTube Rangers, which should have been said instead of just randomly meanwhile. Oh, now I know how he does it, even though I have no idea where he is, and I could just assume he comes out 3 seconds later with another wrong in his face. Oh, never mind. I can somehow psychically see where he is. Actually, wait. If they're quote unquote psychically linked, why didn't they see when Enzo was stuck in the clock for like 5 minutes? My guess? Look who's not listening again. He literally typed this 3 seconds ago in a completely separate script line. In canon, he's just derped off while Mario was explaining the entire thing. What? You have to go in while it's facing 12? What? Because clearly he wasn't listening. You saw that. He typed it right there. And it wasn't like he was inside the clock when he said that too. Mario was outside the clock. Literally right in front of him. See what I mean about how they were listening to him whilst he was inside the clock? Yeah, that's physics for you. Yes, and it worked there! That's not gonna happen. Oh hi, you're back from your death. Basically, he's saying he wants to do a separate kind of video where he would be actually focusing around the Star World, but it wouldn't be the Cosmic Crystal series. Duh, that's why they're called series. Yes, it's called a spin-off or an extension, or events that happen after the fact. Nothing just happens in an enclosed time loop. Advertising! And totally not, I want you to do this for me. Why did that recording go on for longer than necessary? He's back from the dead too. Oh really? Wasn't that said like halfway through? Repeating script lines because he can't remember crud. Why don't you just end it right there? Just end the recording. If he said what he needs to say, you don't need to give him that stuff. Because Starman can't personalize. Alright, fine, as the recording continues because he has no idea how to cut. See you, have a good day, peace, and I'll see you in Super Mario Randomness 9.